Lord, forgive me.
Lord,
forgive me. The things I don't understand.
Sometimes I need to be alone. Alright, so Billboard, way back when, I forgot when, but way back when they dropped that damn top 50 rappers of all time, right? Everybody was going ballistic about the shit. You know, niggas like the shit, niggas don't like. Well, I don't think anybody like the shit. I'm gonna just show you the video that this cat did first. Let you, react to that shit.
People like to say this list isn't shit or it's not too bad, but let's just look at it. And we're just gonna do the top 10. If we take in consideration just their pure musical talent, just their skills as a rapper, as an MC, as a lyricist, Tupac and Biggie are not in the top 10. In comparison to their peers, they're not in the top 10. In my personal opinion, I think they're only up there just for fan service, just for nostalgia, like how they are with all their other lists that they have. By this list, are you gonna tell me that J. Cole is not a better rapper than Snoop Dogg? Does that make sense to you? Love Snoop Dogg, but in comparison to J. Cole, you're gonna tell me Kanye, no matter what you think about his political and personal beliefs, but as an actual artist, you're gonna tell me Kanye West is not in the top 10? 50 Cent, who sold a lot more than a lot of people on this list, is only at 17? Does that make sense to you? Let's keep Nicki, let's keep Eminem, let's keep Jay-Z, let's keep Wayne, of course, Kendrick, of course, Drake, of course. But who would you put in? Because there's some spots in there that are a little flaky.
You didn't say Drake? You said keep Drake in it, right?
Yeah, he said keep Drake.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so he was judging mostly off of lyrical ability. Now, anybody who knows hip-hop knows if it was who's the best lyricist, that list would be completely different. There would be people who, have never even sold a platinum album. I do understand what he's saying, though. And my reaction to the list isn't necessarily the same as his reaction, but I don't feel like ours is far off in the sense that a lot of people are overreacting to the list when I don't actually think Billboard did a bad job. I think when they didn't do something right, they did it extremely wrong. They have Kendrick as 2. That is the most overrated shit I've ever seen him. Kendrick hasn't even been in the rap game in 20 years.
Yeah.
Since his debut album, 2010? Yeah, 2011.
2011?
So, Kendrick's debut album, and that's usually when I go off of when I'm talking about cats who are really in the rap game. I go off of when you dropped your debut album, not when you just started making music and shit like that. Unless you never actually dropped an album, you were dropping like mixtapes, but they were viewed like for instance Nipsey Hussle. I would just go off of his first major mixtape. I wouldn't go off his first album because his first album came at like the end of his career. But I ain't gonna lie, I just want to get into the top 10. I want to talk about the top 5. I want to talk about the top 10. But out of these 5, how you feeling about this list?
Drake should be up in that 5. Like I will say, Drake should be up in that 5 right now. I say Wayne could stay there. One who I'll take out of that 5 is Nas or...
Oh, Wayne not in the 5.
Wayne's not? I'm saying not. One who I would put in that 5.
Oh, one, okay.
Like, I would take people out. I don't know about Jay-Z. But I probably would take him out too.
Take him out top 5?
I'd take Jay-Z out top 5 and put him in like top 10. I would take Jay-Z out, I would take Nas out, and I would leave Kendrick, Pac, and Eminem. I feel like Kendrick deserves to be in the top 5. I feel like who I would put in, though, definitely Drake. I'm putting Drake in. I'm going to look at y'all and say that I'm putting Drake in. And number 1, I'm going to put Smith. I'm playing. I ain't going to put Smith.
His ass is Smith, bro.
I'm not going to say Cole. I was thinking about it. Wayne or Andre 3000.
I try to stay away from the whole J. Cole thing because I'm from the Carolinas. He the GOAT in the Carolinas, so I already know my opinion going to be biased, and I don't even OD on J. Cole. I just know, like, how I view J. Cole is always going to be different than how everybody else views J. Cole.
Yeah, and I think the top 10 who I'm kicking out.
Well, hold on. So that's your top 5, though?
My top 5? I'm going to name. Top 5, number 1.
Greatest rappers of all time, not just your generation. When I say your greatest rappers, it's like, for instance, I like to specify when I talk about shit like this because a lot of cats don't know the difference between certain things. So I'm not talking about somebody just bars. I would say greatest lyricist.
Everything.
If we're talking about sales, if we're talking about hits, if we're talking about lyricism, if we're talking about influence, if we're talking about creativity, versatility.
Yeah. And then it's Drake. It's Aubrey. Aubrey Graham is number 1.
And then who's number 2?
Yeah.
That's who's number 2?
Yes.
So Drake, Ye, who else?
Eminem.
So Drake, Ye, Eminem. Who's 4?
Wayne.
Wayne's 4.
It's not Pac or Andre 3000, bro.
You going Andre 3000? But so, if I'm doing my top 5, it would be Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Nas, Tupac, and Rakim. this is just based off research. Some of these cats I don't listen to OD. I've listened to Rakim before, but I don't OD listen to Rakim. My 5. Here's the thing: when it comes to cats like Wayne, I personally want to put him at number 1. Since Jay's already at number 1, I just leave him at number 1. I don't feel like they necessarily were wrong putting Jay at number 1. Since they put him at number 1, I just leave him at number 1, and I just put Wayne number 2. But I know you put like Drake at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Drake. But here's the thing: if you haven't been in the rap game 20 years after your debut album, I can't put you top 10.
Yeah.
You really don't have the longevity. My top 5 don't even include GOATs that I would view as GOATs. I mean, not cats that I would view as GOATs, but cats GOATs of my generation. The only 2 that are GOATs of my generation would probably be like Wayne. It would be just Wayne. Wayne would be
Drake. Aubrey Graham.
I said in my top 5.
In your top 5. Oh, in your top 5.
Of the top 5 that I listed. I'm not saying he's not a GOAT. Yeah. He definitely is a GOAT. But I'm saying of these top 5 that I listed, the only people who are one of my GOATs. Because Drake is one of my GOATs. But he's not in this top 5. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to show that I'm not being biased. Yeah. Remember how I said I was going to get into that whole Wayne thing? Wayne is the only person everybody's like,
Wayne. Every time you...
NG, he's saying Wayne. My big homie Vaughn, he going to say Wayne. My dad is going to say Wayne. My dad says Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, and he's still saying Wayne. You know what?
Wayne number 1.
Jay, I'm moving Jay-Z out of there. Now that I think about it, Wayne number 1.
Yeah, I would have put, for me personally, if Wayne had, I ain't even gonna lie, Wayne number 1, bro.
Wayne number 1. Everybody's putting Wayne in their top 5.
If it wasn't for Wayne, Drake wouldn't have been out. Drake number 2, bro. Drake at the 2. Drake a shooting guard, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, he taller than Wayne anyways. Drake a shooting guard.
But now going into